G'day, super coaches. It is SDS SuperCoach providing SuperCoach content for you. I'm here to present the round 20 review for AFL SuperCoach 2025. And the season just can't end soon enough. I've had enough. I'm looking at other stuff now, but we will grind it out. We always do a round review, so we'll always be sharing the ups and downs. So we scored 2,639, which is easily my highest score of the season, but unfortunately, not enough for this round. We went down 457 spots in our season rank now. We're just bearing on for dear life to this top 1% ranking. So 2,254th overall. We're just getting a I had a lot of luck to start the season. And you need luck. You need good planning, but you need good luck to go your way. Second half of the year, I've just had pretty bad luck. I think it's just evened out with the good luck I had early in the season. So, we're sort of getting exposed here with Tristan Cherry and Flex. And, just a couple of bad moves throughout the season that are just starting to haunt us now. So, pretty unfortunate. Just with my draft leagues. Credit to Aidan Miller, my good mate Aidan. He has won the Zoom draft, so that's just my mate's draft. I went down by 75 points, and let's have a look at that to start with. So, he just outplayed me from pillar to post for this round. So this was the draft grand final. I did go back to back, but he has taken my crown. So this is my draft team. It's solid enough, but a lot of his players just went bloody nuts, and I could not stack up with it. I'll tell you what, Wanganeen's last 2 minutes just sailed it home for him. So we'll go back to home. Well done, Aidan. So, it's the classic team just isn't shaping up the way we would like, but hard to complain with a lot of the players, bar a couple. I'll tell you what, how good is Nazai Wanganeen Miller? Like, he is just an absolute freak, and I don't own him, but sometimes you got to stop death riding the pick. I didn't want to death ride the pick. I really liked the pick. My lack of perseverance with getting Wanganeen Miller is really biting me on the ass, because there has been multiple windows to get him, and I just never got him. And I'm getting what I deserve here, and he is absolutely smacking me. And I deserve my season to be going like this without him. Like, he's so good to watch, and he is just an unbelievable player. On form, by far and away, the best player in the competition at the minute. It is, as I said, I've got to stop death riding. I hope he goes bad, because sometimes you just got to appreciate what he's doing, and he is just an absolute freak. So, Wanganeen Miller is a superstar. So, what did we do this week? We did, I think the first time this season we made no trades. We vice-captained Bont. We took that. The fullback was Dacos. Both fantastic options, so couldn't go wrong with either. Took Bont Friday night. I didn't watch too much footy this weekend. So let's talk about some main talking points. Got to talk about this, man, Jack Steele. I didn't trade into him this week. It was the previous week. It was heading into the Geelong game, where he looked good. He went really well. 105, that was the hardest matchup for the rest of the way. So I was happy to eat into that, and hopefully we get a good run at Jack Steele. But unfortunately, we heard news during the week from Goat Fantasy, aka Drew Jones, that he is dealing with a shoulder injury, touch and go to play. So I was like, of course that happens. I think I'm the only person in the world that owns Jack Steele. So very annoying. Glad that then we heard the news that he should be good to go on for Sunday's game against the D's. So that was good. But I wish he didn't play. He looked awful. The differential between him playing in round 19 as opposed to round 20 was so significant he was just outside the contest for most of the way. He was just handballing when he was when he got the ball. He was just handballing his way out of it. Didn't even look. He made a few tackles, but yeah, you could see him just grimacing at his shoulder. So this is a major, major concern, and yeah, this could. I know the risks when it comes to the Jack Steele pick. He seemed fine. I couldn't predict that he was going to have a shot. It's mainly his knee. He had a shoulder. He has a shoulder problem. So, look, to be honest, I'd rather him just not play this week. Just rest that shoulder up, or just be out for the rest of the season, so I can get rid of this last trade and move off him before he gets to like 400k. I'm not gonna trade him. I don't think I'm going to trade him now. Like, I think there's going to be worse situations that come. Like, there's still a whole month of SuperCoach to go. There's still plenty of time with one trade, 4 rounds to go, for something worse than this with Jack Steele. And he played full forward fourth quarter, so that just so I don't even know why he's playing at this point. He looked awful last round, so he looked awful against Melbourne. So his only saving grace is that he's got North Melbourne, Richmond, and Essendon, and then the Giants. So 3 really nice fixtures. In terms of what we can hope for, I just can't afford this. I just can't afford a 44. I'd rather him not play than this, and that's really hurt my round. I was looking like having a good round, but this killed me, especially due to the fact that Tristan Cherry, I couldn't cover my worst score because Cherry's here. And he's out for 1 more week. I might as well just hold. So Cherry better pay me back, man. He better pay me back. I've held him this whole way. Not because I wanted to, but because of having Nick Martin and Horn Francis after the season in the same week. And then it got to 2 weeks left in his suspension. I just thought, well, that's usually a hold. So I just held. He's got Giants, Richmond, Adelaide. Adelaide's a bad matchup. These two are really good. So, yeah, I'm going to have to bank on Cherry just paying back for my loyalty. And didn't have him at all last year. Didn't have him to start the year, Tristan Cherry. And yeah, you guys know the whole story. Just absolute crap that was. Talk about some other things. I mean, you guys probably have heard most of the review on players. As I said, I didn't lock in watching footy this weekend, but I will just discuss. Max Holmes 130 was good. Sinclair 132. With Naz moving into the midfield, this opens up Sinclair's role again, so that's good to see. Callum Mills 125. You absolutely take that. Yeah, quite the roller coaster, but you take the good scores when you get it. Rosie was back this week, so that helped. Rosie back this week, so that was good. And it sounds like he's good to go for the rest of the way, so that is good as well. So Sheasel 99, that's solid. Dale 97, you just take any non-bad score you can get with Dale. Bond was unbelievable. Dacos, absolute freak show he is. King Nick. Butters, very strong in a dark day for Port, so that's as best as you can get with Butters, probably in that sort of scenario. Dawson 109 was very good. Tom Green 93. Who the Giants player forgot? Sydney, so that's all right. Brayshaw 112. I thought he'd go better against the Eagles, but you can't complain with the 112. You've heard my big spiel with Jack Steele. Do I regret it? No. I'm going to have the same philosophy for every season with that sort of move. I thought he was the best option. And it was just unlucky that all of a sudden he picked up a shoulder injury and is playing through it. I'd rather him not play. I'd prefer to field Tom McCarthy over Cher and Steele at the minute. So I think the game plan, we'll talk about the game plan for this week. There's not going to be much to be said. McCarthy 96, great role. Cher 84. I was going to take this Cher 84 over McCarthy, but the reason is that we heard that Jack Steele could be a laid out for the Melbourne game. I didn't want to cop a donut, so I had to field. So I fielded Tom McCarthy so I can protect Jack Steele being a laid out just in case And Chera's 84 can come on for Steele if he was a late out. That was the reason. Zach Johnson, poor with the 41 bench cover, I guess. Actually, one of my only rookie bench cover because Bo Allen's injured. Campbell Gray's out for the year. I assume Bo Allen's going to be out for the rest of the year. Tom Gross is nowhere near it. Boyd, nowhere near it. He'll probably get delisted. Keeler, Diz Hammy, hopefully he can be back for the last couple of games. And McKinley was a 99k forward mid when I thought I had good bench cover, but clearly not. Chera was fine. The role's still fine. I think we're seeing a thing with players where if they haven't had a full season in a while, they just struggle to finish out the season. So Chera's been a very successful pick still in my eyes. But in that sense, if he moved off at the right time, sensational pick. But I think with Chera, we're just hoping for not many bad scores, which he hasn't really given us many bad scores. He still always finds a way to manage to get scores of 80 plus most of the way. So, just one you have to grit your teeth with. I've held him the whole way. Gone unbelievable against Marshall, but clearly wasn't enough for Melbourne. How ridiculous was that end to the game? Like, Wangane Miller is a freak. Marshall 94. St Kilda's run's really good for rucks and in general. Brian Myers, he's actually now getting CBAs, like 50% CBAs now for Brian Myers. So that's a massive positive, and it gives me a bit of optimism heading into the last month with him. So been pretty happy with this selection. Bailey Smith, 156. I was calling him Tim Taranto 2.0 in 2023, and he's bounced back for sure, 156. There were rumours that he could be a late out this week, and Baz replied saying, I'm playing. I don't take players' comments with much. He was obviously going to say, if you got asked that you're going to be a late out, no, I'm going to play. Like, they're obviously going to say that. So still a couple of little question marks with Bailey Smith there. What was I going to say? I saw in the comments down below, he's on, this is a never again pick with Bailey Smith. Oh my God. If you guys have been watching me, you guys know how much I hate never again lists and how they don't make any sense, which they don't in my eyes. Colin Bailey Smith and never again after averaging 115 this year is some choice and is in the running to win a Brownlow. Oh my God. I can't get over the ridiculousness of Twitter. Jack McRae, the role's worse. He's playing like a bit more half forward. So he's instead of like the 80% CBA role he has, it's now down to high 40s, low 50s. So that's a bit of a concern, but he will get saved with this run that St Kilda have. Rankin, 59. Sort of knew this was coming. The role is significantly worse. He's now just playing pure forward pocket. So, we just hope that we can get some 80-plus scores for the rest of the way. I mean, to be fair, this has been his worst game in a long time. So he has held up pretty well, considering the role he's currently in. So hopefully he can bounce back this week. Not too well against my boys. Chad Warner, back-to-back tons. That's good to see because, this has been a pretty disappointing pick at the end of the day. I mean, it hasn't been bad, but it just has been very underwhelming for what we know Chad Warner can do. And Petrarca 108. Again, I think he's another one that's playing more forward now as well. So, just some weird things can happen to players as we head towards the back end of the season. So, and as you can see, Cherry, he's suspended for one more week. So I think this is going to be another poor week. It's going to be hard to compete with the guys with 23 premiums on field and being able to take a Rankin out no one's got Jack Steele, so a Rankin score out. So, or a Zorko score, but I can't cover that until Cherry's back. I think I can have a good last 3 weeks when he's back because he's going to be an ultimate pod for the last 3 weeks, which is good. And having Cherry as an ultimate pod is a good feeling if he can get his put in one sock. So, yeah, I think it'll be another rank drop this week, but hopefully the last 3 weeks we can finish out pretty strong. My plan for this week, so Tom McCarthy's got Melbourne. Melbourne like a lot of points. I think I'm just going to straight field him. I'm going to so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to loop. Oops, what do I do? No, I don't want to trade. I'm going to loop Chera and Steele. Now, it isn't going to be perfect, but I'll just see how Jack Steele's looking against North Melbourne and see whether if I want to take. So 140. So half time would roughly be, so 30-minute quarter, 30-minute quarter plus 5 or 6. So what's that? 210, 240 plus 5, then half time. So I'll get a rough gauge on how Jack Steele's going. Seeing what his halftime score is, seeing what type of role he has, and I think I'll loop Chera and Steele. I feel like it's not a great play. Maybe there's a better way to use the emergency loophole, but they're my 2 worst options at the minute at this stage, I reckon. So, I think we'll do that. So, Ewan McKinlay on for Steele, and we'll chuck the E on Steele, and we'll see how we go with that. I don't think I've got, Ewan McKinlay is my latest option there. I don't have a Freo Carlton player as a loop, so we have to cop that. Vice captain, captain. I think it's a lot tougher this week to find a good vice captain and captain, but I know Gawn is my best option this week, so I could vice captain Gawn into someone else, but I might just do VC Bont into Gawn, unless there's any other players I'm missing. Port Adelaide are just annoying to deal with for captaincy because they run plenty of tags. So I think I'll avoid Holmes and Smith, but they could go really well because Port have certainly checked out. Rose, no. Sinclair against North could be a good fallback. Actually, that could be, I think it's hard to go past Bont. Shazel, no. Dacos against Brisbane could be good. Butters against Geelong, probably not. Mullen will probably go to him. Dawson against Hawthorn, no. Green, who's against the Dogs, no. Brayshaw against Carlton, probably not. Marshall against Bryn Tackle's probably pretty good, but I don't think I trust him with the captaincy. There's too many variables in his scoring. I think one of my lessons learned this year is you got to try to find a reliable fallback captain option that is just pretty consistent. Myers, no. Smith, no. McRae against North, no, not in that role. Branker, no way. No. So I think Bont and Gawn, because it's hard to stop Bont. And then Gawn, against West Coast, that's just easy pickings. So that is how the squad is going to look. There's not much I can really do. I've got 1 trade left. Cherry comes back next week, so that'll really help me. So not expecting a great week this week either. So I'll probably be outside the top 1% this week for the first time since round 5 or 6. Probably for the first time since round 6. But I do think I can have a strong end to the season if I get a couple more things go my way. If Jack Steele, for whatever reason, is actually ruled out for the rest of the season, we could have a look at some options here. I think for sure if I'm going to end up on 0, as you can see, I've got no forward cover with Gross or McKinlay or Keeler playing. So I feel like this has to be a forward. So 521k can get me anyone except Luke Jackson, which would be my pick of the bunch. Curtin's getting CBAs now for the Crows, but I just don't know. I'm not sold on it. It probably has to be Jeremy Cameron, doesn't it? It has to be Jeremy Cameron on his way to get to 100 goals. So I think it has to be him. If I was to trade out Jack Steele, Jeremy Cameron's breaking. They're going to swap in prices real quick. So if I did want Jeremy Cameron, it would probably have to be now with Jack Steele. But if Jack Steele's going to play, then I'm not going to waste my last trade on doing that. I think there's going to be an end of season injury for one of my players for the rest of the way. So I think I'll just hold on to that last trade for dear life. I think I might make, if I can survive this week. So let's just say, so usually how I look at final trades, I look at, so I'm not going to make a trade this week unless it's announced that Jack Steele's out for the rest of the year. So how I view it is, at this stage, I'm not looking to make any trades this week. So that is trading into 1, 2, 3 more rounds. One trade with 3 more rounds to go to trade into. So that's just sort of how I look at it. Round 23 might be where I use my final trade. I think if we get a good run without any injuries the rest of the way. What else can we look at? I feel like this video is too long for. I feel like this video's gone too long for end of season. Let's have a look at some of my leagues. So, so out of the, how many leagues is it? 15 leagues that 15 head-to-head leagues. I'm in finals in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 out of 15 leagues, I'm in finals, which I think is a very good result. So that's why I'm hoping. I think in most of these, I'm in the qualifying final. So I'll absolutely take that because I don't think, again, it's going to be a good week for me this week. But if we can head into the semi-finals with Tristan Cherry and a few other guys, then that's going to be good. Now let's have a look at the SDS Super League. So I just snuck in the finals in SDS Super League. So that's good. So 5th versus 8th, I'm playing Faye. Interested to see how that goes. Minimum chips, Paul finished first. Stu's Primos. Jake, the reigning premier, snuck into the top 8 here. So he will have to go all the way to win it. I think he did something similar the year before too. Connor, he's heading inside the top 500 there. Stu's Primos, Nicholas, a lot of guys inside the top 1K, so good stuff. So I think this has been a pretty good league. This has been a decent league. I think there's a couple of guys. I think I might send out the league codes a bit later, just so I can get more people to keep playing the game, because we have got a few guys here that I think have just stopped playing. I assume the bottom 4 have. So I think I'll send out the league codes later next year so we can get, a more competitive SDS Super League there. SDS Super League 2. Now, probably the reason this went well is because I sent out this league league code a couple of weeks later. Now we have to check on these two. James has unfortunately dropped 33 spots after still a fantastic score. But Daniel, unbelievable, mate. I'm cheering you all the way, mate. 33rd. I believe you can do it. You can do it. 2,835 is insane. He's shaping up to have a really strong end to the season. So he's absolutely nailed it this season. So full credit to him. And he's got a good side. He's got a really nice side, good depth. Sicily trade-in. That's been a very good trade-in. So this is a very good side that I think can go a long way. So full credit to Daniel. And he's been in the comments a couple of times as well. So full credit to you, Dan, for this season. And I'm singing 5th there, overall ranking wise. So still got 11 guys inside the top 5. 11 guys still inside the top 10K. So this has been a very good league this year. So ranked 59th. So we've actually dropped a little bit, but that's okay. This is the main league I want to have a good crack at, the money league. I was first most of the way. Nathan's having a really strong season, so he's overtaken me there. So if we can make the grand final, and so it was a $25 money league, I think $400 is the winner, $100 for the runner-up. So hopefully we can just make the grand final and make profit on that. So yeah, very interested to see how this goes. Much else to talk about. I mean, I don't think I did a round review last time when AFL SuperCoach was announced. So I will be doing content on AFL and NBL. I think for AFL, this is just going to be for pure fun, and it's going to be a learning season for a lot of people. I mean, this was essentially Sports Tech AFL SuperCoach that has been transferred to SuperCoach. NBL, got to defend my crown of not a crown because I finished 6th, not first, but I'm very committed on this format. I'm very excited for the NBL season to start. It's reignited my love for NBL. I think there was about an 8-year stretch where I just wasn't interested in NBL anymore. And that was probably due to the fact that Melbourne Tigers changed to Melbourne United. If you ask me who do I support, it is Melbourne United, but it isn't as strong of an alliance. I was a dedicated Tigers supporter. So, but yeah, this was super fun. So keen to get into NBL SuperCoach this year. NRL I don't play, Big Bash I don't play, APL I will play. So there's going to be a lot of adjustments. So probably for the first time in my YouTube content creation, I won't be taking a long break. So I will be doing APL and NBL content. I think I will enjoy NBL content more. Like APL, this is going to be purely a learning season for me. I'm probably going to go down the value route. I think an APL SuperCoach and just see how that goes. Because I think the way to play this game, it's just a rough guess. I know there's 44 trades in this format, 6 boosts. Is that true? Yeah, 6 boosts this season. I think it's a 44 trade format. You just want to be getting as much money loaded into your side as possible, and yeah, getting to a point where you've just got everyone you want. So I think that's the game plan with APL SuperCoach. So I'm just going to be trying that out this year. I know I've got Palmer, but I'd like to think the rest of value. So I'm really struggling with the midfield. I can't find a good midfield option, midfield pick. So yeah, I will be doing APL SuperCoach content. I think I'll be doing a lot more NBL SuperCoach content because it's a concept that I understand and that I can actually know. I know what I'm talking about. Where APL, I watch the APL a lot less than NBL, and it's just going to be a learning season. So might do I don't think it's going to be much APL SuperCoach content. I think might be a round review. Actually, it might be one video a week where I just talk about trades and a quick review of my side. But yeah. Yeah, they'll do it for me. I feel like this video's gone on for a long time. Yeah, 28 minutes. So we'll wrap it up there, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you for, I guess, just watching the ups and downs of my season. I've been very happy with my season. In terms of things I'm going to adjust next year, not starting a dead rookie in Bo Allen, just because I want a vice captain and captain option. Just captain your best option in round 1 and make sure you start players that are playing, because cash gen can get dire throughout the season, and if this is a cash cow instead, that helps my team value going forward, all that sort of thing. So that in terms of how else would I approach next season, I think just doing a bit. Yeah, I think I didn't trade the best, like heading into round 2, heading into round 3, heading into round 4. I think I'll look to adjust and see where I went wrong there. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to change how the way I play this game unless there's any massive changes to SuperCoach. There's also the inclusion of SuperCoach finals as well. So I've actually never played that format. I think it was back in 2013. So I will be posting content on that as well. So SuperCoach, there's a lot of changes going on. I also expect NBA, NFL, and F1 to be added into SuperCoach eventually because Sports Deck did it. Even more sports going forward, so that's very exciting. But yeah, I'll do SuperCoach finals. I'll do over the off season. I'll do NBL and EPL SuperCoach. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers, guys.